Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for sticking by and being active and watching my videos. I'm so overwhelmed and glad that people are writing that it resonates, it's accurate, that they like the way I read the cards, and it really warms my heart to really feel those comments, because it means I've done my job well, and I can continue on posting things and be assured that they are true. They are true to my heart and yours. And I want to congratulate you with the fact that you are the ones who are giving me the opportunity to read those. And it's really my honor to participate and to be the chosen one to read those. And yeah, I'm like so excited. I've never been so validated, to be honest. Like in the past, I've got like several accurate readings, and people are saying that it resonates a lot. But you being out there and telling me that it's working for you, it's true about you, and that you really like the way I read, it really is the best thing. It's the best feeling in the world to feel like you can contribute and to feel as though you can bring value to the people. So let's jump to the topic section. This one is going to be called Where is God or Universe leading me? Or to what is God, Universe leading me? This is a question that can be interchangeable to the idea of the higher self. You know, for you it could be God, higher self, an inner guidance if you believe in that. If you're an atheist, that as well can resonate, like you believing in your own inner guidance and where your choices, instincts, and feelings, I don't know, whatever the case may be. You don't have to disregard that reading if, for example, I didn't mention every single like guiding force in your life, but feel free to adjust that meaning, and I feel as though for everyone this will vary in certain degrees. But nonetheless, I want you to relax, to be receptive to the reading. I hope I will not trigger anyone. I have no intention of doing that. This is an overall like positive reading. It's not meant to like do shadow work, deep diving or something like this, unless of course the cards urge me to do that. But of course I will, I'm sure that this is not specifically the case with this reading, though the cards are of course very surprising, and I have no idea what they can show at times. I've been roasted several times by them, and yeah, I'm a veteran in this domain. What I wanted to say, announce a bit here, is the fact that I really appreciate your comments below suggesting some topics for the future readings. I'm having a hard time right now picking a specific topic, because I want it to resonate for as many as I can, like for as many of you as I can. But of course, I understand that some of you are single, some of you have are in a relationship, and I'd be glad if you were to post in the comment section some suggestions for the future readings. Of course, keep in mind that I will filter those. I cannot guarantee that I will specifically pick yours, though my priorities for the readings are the evolutionary aspect. I want a question to be one that steers things up within you and makes you question things and want to change your life. That's like the top priority in the readings for me in general. But as well, I like the readings that are descriptive. For example, what people are telling about you, what they realized about you as of late. I want interesting ones. I want concrete ones. For example, what does my family think of me? What does my daughter, family, like a mother, a father, think of me? Drop that below if you feel like you'd like to see that in the future readings, and I'll consider that. Of course, keep in mind as well that I will be watching for the likes. If you want the topic to be showcased in my future readings, then definitely make sure to like that comment of that person that posted that question, and I will make sure to address it in my future readings to my best capacity. Though, yeah, I don't guarantee, I will, but if I see popular comment, I'll definitely keep that in mind, and I'll make sure to address that. And yeah, I guess that's all for the my little announcement here. Let's go to the reading. Where is God leading me? I'll use that. God or universe. 4 piles, as you can see. It's hard to miss, of course. 4 rings this time. First pile is with this elephant ring. Second pile is associated with this butterfly ring. Third one is this lovely blue ornated ring. And the last one is from the same design as the first and second one, but it's a green leaf, as you can see. So I'll do specifically where is God, universe leading you, and I'll make sure to draw some cards where is God and universe not leading you, so that it can make some sort of contrast for you to understand where specifically this reading is directing you at, if I said that correctly. So let's go. I will post the timestamps, hopefully, either in the comment section or in the description below. And check this out. If I haven't posted it yet, then it means I will. And yeah, let's begin. Hello, first pile. Your reading was associated, as I said, with this lovely ring, red ring with elephant. Let's see where is God or universe leading you towards or to. Ace of Cups, first card. Second one, Justice. Third one, the Hanged Man. And the last one is the Ten of Visions. Lovely. That's wonderful. That's a very beautiful message here. You know, I was afraid, I don't want to see triggering stuff again. I don't want my audience to be scared. And look what a beautiful message just came out. Let's set those aside. And I'll continue with the same set of cards, but in regards to where God or universe is not leading you to. So that will be like a negation, or like what not will happen. What will not happen. So you'll have to excuse me if my pronunciation or grammar is getting out of place, because my emotions are all over the place. And it makes my, as I said, grammar and things, my expression go a little crazy. 10 of Wands, where you are not being led to. Okay. Okay, that's enough. And the next piles, okay, those decks are everywhere. Where are you not being led to? The Lovers in reverse. Okay, that's the white card or whatever, and I don't need that. Three of Swords in reverse. That's wonderful. Lucky you. Lovely, really. I hope I'll not spam this word today, hopefully. Where are you not being led? Six of Spells. Okay, that's quite the message, to be honest. Prepare yourself, not in a bad way, of course. So first of all, let me begin with can you see those cards? With this section. Are you being led? I wanna congratulate you first pile. Ace of Cups, like the universe or God or whatever, is or has always been guiding you, has always been defending you and watching you, um, taking in account your best interests. Like, I don't know, like, I will be honest for this reading. If your idea of God is something associated, for example, in a negative way with the church, or that the God is like judging you and whatever, like if you're imposing those expectations or like negative stuff, this is not true. uh, Ace of Cups, God universe is leading you towards emotional balance and fulfillment. Ace of Cups speaks to me in this case of a life that is full of joyful, balanced, and emotionally fulfilling events. I know maybe uh, some of you were like going through stuff, and this may not be apparent, but the end goal, whether it be long term, short term, though for this reading is more long term, you're being led to that idea of emotional fulfillment. For those of you who like or would like to experience in their life family joy, like family type of scenario in which you feel like family belonging, true love, something like this, it's a huge potential that God is constantly trying to lead you towards that. Overall, justice and the hanged man. So, you know, this pile can be the case at times with the idea that you can be, you can go through some stuff or some experiences that are less than or that are completely the opposite of love, specifically for you to realize and to understand what love is. That's like something along the lines of you are given like a bitter taste in order for you to actualize and understand the sweetness of the sweet taste, something like this. I hope I'm not getting this mixed up. Like that's the best metaphor I can come up with right now. Justice as well in this case speaks to me of a clearance of a situation, like you may be like for this pile a very emotional person, or you might have strong emotions in general in your life. Ace of Cups, like you might be a water sign as well, or you might have predominant water signs in your chart. Of course, it doesn't have to be, but justice. So that means you will be like contrasting experiences of polar opposites. Like, I'm sorry if that's not specifically what you wanted to hear, but you're being led to the idea of truth, by the way, with the justice. Truth through actualization of emotional fulfillment. Like, you'll see the truth, and that truth will be like a spring for your happiness. The hanged man, first of all, speaks to me of a very narrow path you're walking. So this intention or your life path can be very specific in its intricate details, or very different. You might be walking a very different life path than what usually people go through. The hanged man, of course, as well speaks to me in this case of someone who might be a little misunderstood, or you might be considered as a person who's like not from this world, walking with your heads in the clouds, unrealistic sometimes goals, dreams, or whatever. This is not accurate. This is not true. Like, don't listen to those people. Believe in yourself. Believe in your special like goal, idea, dream, because this specifically is being guided, backed up by the universe or God. That's what I saw here, those cards. pretty strong ones, to be honest, like two major arcanas, like let's not forget that. And of course the Ten of Visions is like a very idealistic card in this deck, and it means for this pile, I would not be surprised if you are like living in some sort of you're a visionary or something like this, a person who cannot settle for what is in a positive way and likes to see a change, prosperous change, difference. Like this, all of this is being strongly backed up by the universe, and don't think that you're alone. You are being led to experience like this level of truth, as I said, emotional joy, fulfillment, and emotional balance as per general. Like you could be a very supportive person. Maybe you are meant to basically lead other people through emotions and be like a lighthouse, to be honest. Like you are like that checkpoint reminder of people, for people, that they are not tied to this physical realm, you know. Very spiritual energies like in this pile, very unique and singular ones. Like whoever is watching has a very, let's say, custom structure or build up of character traits, intentions. Like you're not, I don't like the idea of us being special, because that's very separate, like that's separating us from the whole. But there is like a difference here in you. Like there is a strong sense of difference with you and what people usually dream of, set forth an intention for. Yeah, I don't know if I said that correctly again, never mind. Where you are not being led to. 10 of Wands, that's like a burnout, that's like scattered energy. You're not being led to a life that's basically like a 9 to 5 job. If that's something that's bothering you, for example, that's not going to be for long. This is not like, this pile speaks to me of like a person who's not specifically walking like some people might refer to happiness as like been there, done that, traveled, bought a house, made a family. This might not be your case. You have like a special, jokingly saying, or not quite, a mission. And that mission is being divinely orchestrated somehow. And from the exterior, it would seem, or it would look like, as though the odds are against you settling for a normal life, if that's what came through. Like, I would not be surprised if that pile is meant to break some sort of stereotypes, societal expectations. You might be the person who was not approved of or validated for your ideas, for your directions with this card. You're not meant to be like everyone else, basically. The God universe is not leading you towards an ordinary, like, expectations life. God universe is not leading you towards stepping into the same types of setup scenarios in which like people settle for a life that's like mediocre, and like this pile speaks to me of a situation in which people are afraid to steer away from an idea of what society thinks of happiness, and they are afraid of not living that. They live it and they realize that it's not this is not making me any happier, and they are miserable about it. Somehow the universe or God has made like a decision that you will not live you'll not live live a life that's basically like everyone else wants you to basically live. I see here a huge breakage. Like, if you, I hope I'm not like, yeah, hope it resonates. If you in your life at some point made a wish that I'm done here, I don't want this life, like you decided you hit the lowest, like you decided you don't want this life to be mediocre, or it was so hard for you, like you had like a major tower moment or you hit the rock bottom, then the God or universe heard you in that moment. And in that specific moment, your intention was so powerful that it basically broke a huge path ahead of you, that broke the matrix wants to like go out of my mouth right now, but the path that you were leading up to this moment like was broken, and a new one was being set forth in which God intervened, something like this. Yeah, that's a huge one, like crazy. I see here a divine intervention, to be honest. At some point in your past, could be like distant past, you led a life and you're like, I'm done. Either it changes right now, or I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And there was like a moment, a breakage point or a breaking point in which divinely something intervened and basically said, here is the way. It's a very powerful one. Like, this is so powerful in this contrast thing. Like, this is out of this world. I don't know who's watching, but that's hilarious. You're not meant to live out of material joy. Like, that's material joy, or an idea of physical like fulfillment. That's not enough. You can have that, but you will not settle for that as the ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is out there in the spiritual realm. Like, your emotional spiritual connection with God will prevail as the base of your like being. I don't know, like, that's crazy. And I have a feeling like you'll have to help a lot of people. Either close ones, like in your close proximity, or you'll make an impact. I see that with those cards. Like, you'll have like, you'll remind people of something. You'll remind them that they are not this. Powerful, isn't it? Like, that's crazy. Pile 1, what are you doing with me? What you're doing with my reading? Here we go. I wanted like a reading where is God leading you, and here we go. It blew up like this lovely like energy vortex here. Lovely, really. Like, crazy. Sorry, that was like strange. I hope you enjoyed the reading. That was a lovely message. That was a very powerful one. As usual, like, I would expect nothing less from my audience. Hope you liked it. Comment below if that's a story about you, and don't forget about mentioning the future topics for my readings. And I hope to see you in my next videos. If you're not subscribed yet, then please do so, because I release more content like this. And like the video as well. Feel free to share it, of course, if you feel like it. Like, I'd be glad. But that's of course how you feel, how you consider that to be, and no pressure, nothing forced. Hope you have a great day and take care of yourselves. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to the reading. Question of the day: where is God or universe leading you to? Or to what is he or they, or whatever the case may be? Where are they leading you? The Hermit, the 10 of Swords, that will be the Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool. Okay. This pile speaks to me of like a person, like you might be experiencing events, circumstances in which it might look as though, for example, you've lost, or you might be like, yeah, Ten of Swords, like I forgot about this. You might be defeated at this specific point in time, or in your nearest past, or this is like a cycle right now that you're going through. Like no doubt you've chosen this butterfly ring. It seems as though right now the fate or God has played you, or has like made things too difficult for you. But you're not realizing the fact that you have the wheel of fortune, that all of this that's happening right now is meant for a reason that you are not seeing right now clearly because you do not possess the higher picture or the greater perspective. You're casually like walking away from that. I would be like not surprised if that's something that you're used to, like things not going in your way, like not going in your favor. But you don't realize how powerful these are. Like this is like the fuel that will like um basically throw you further into the future, one that's like full of unexpected, joyful, and lucky moments. That's divinely orchestrated. Like honestly, like this reading, what are you doing with me? The Fool. You're trying to basically make it as though it's not a big deal. You might be alone in this pain right now. Like you might be struggling. You might be misunderstood. Like alone in my pain, nobody sees, understands. Chill out. You're being seen like crazy. You don't know this, but you don't have to right now. You're seen like crazy. You are not alone. The Hermit in reverse speaks of loneliness. That's why the message, like the Wheel of Fortune, like Wheel of Fortune, I cannot like go into intricate details, but it speaks to me like this is like all like a setup. Like you won't believe it, but this is all a setup, and you are like the main character of a play that has decided like this is the time for like a little uncomfortable moment, and you're being watched. Like your reaction is being watched right now. You're trying to not make a huge deal out of it with the Fool, and you're trying to not overly fixate upon this. Like you're not trying to play the drama queen. You're not wanting to complain. You want to like further continue on with your life, and I don't want to like victimize whatever. Just continue on doing with my life. But you might be used to disappointment. You might be used to the idea of like things not going the right direction or something like this. You're like, I'm not even surprised. Like I see that with the Fool card, to be honest. Like the Fool is not someone who's stuck on something, though there is much you can be stuck upon. Congratulations, you're not getting stuck on it, but it weighs you down. I can say that with certainty, where you're not being led to. Ten of Pentacles, again, like this piles, interestingly enough, not being led to some sort of like material, specifically like your happiness with these events might be showing you that your happiness has to be something else. Like your happiness has to go from a like spiritual level. Ten of Coins. I've drawn these cards where you're not being led to. Like this pile, sorry, like this is crazy. Oh, let me see if you can actually like see that card. See that's like the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in this deck, and from what I feel, you might have had expectations of how things should have gone, or how things should have looked like. You might have had like comparison thinking with people around you and the ones that you consider to be ahead of you. Like, I would be surprised if this is not the case, if you are like having friends and people around you who are like very good at material things, like making money, or they had this, or they made that, or they bought a house, family made, like whatever this is. You might be comparing yourselves with them and like asking yourselves, why I'm not like them, why I'm not achieving that sort of thing right now, when it's not the case. It's not the time for you right now. Ten of Pentacles, that means this is meant to happen right now, like this is what's necessary. And it's necessary not because of the fact that you have to suffer, no, it's because it's meant for you to basically transform it, to basically upgrade it to a greater like level, to a better level. This pile, you might not be comparing yourself actively, like you might be like growing out of this pattern of like comparing your idea of success with others. But let me tell you that the God and universe, like I will draw some cards as well to like clarify, but it's leading you to a greater thing. You don't have to know it specifically right now. You just have to know that this reading is telling you that God is not wanting to reveal the full picture because it's part of the plan. You have to experience that in order for you to basically transform, and that's like the butterfly. I cannot tell you, like I didn't choose these messages, like they flew out. You're not meant to experience right now like physical material like fulfillment like in this present moment. If you are struggling, like if you are struggling with this, may be health, this may be money, this may be abundance, overall emotion, physical material stability. If you don't have that and it's something that's weighing you down, know that right now it's necessary. It's necessary for you to basically upgrade it to a greater level, you know. The hardships first, and then you'll be followed basically by higher level of joy, happiness. Like the metaphor of like, and this is not something that would surprise this pile, to be honest. Like you got the fool, like the fool in this situation is a good one because the fool is not hyper fixated on that situation. Basically the fool wants to move on, and that's a good one. Like congratulations, that's really a compliment for you to receive because you're not getting like stuck on these, which is very good, which is very fortunate for you. I want to tell you what did I want to tell you? Oh yeah, I forgot the metaphor. Like I wanted to give you like image that would properly describe the situation that I'm trying to convey here. So I saw that there were two seeds, one of tree. I forgot which tree, but yeah, it was a huge tree like that, a durable, great tree, seed of tree, and next to it was like this flower seed, and I forgot even what's the flower. Let's say it's a rose, and that rose and that, of course, a tree grew together, and when the rose basically blossomed, it was not a rose, but never mind. When the rose blossomed, it basically watched the tree sapling and it made fun of it because the tree sapling was not blossoming. And look at me, like I'm a rose and I'm blossoming, but you are not. And what's wrong with you? Something like along those lines. Time passed. The tree grew, of course, bigger and bigger, developed in a very like massive structure, and shadowed basically the rose. And you know, the lifespan of the rose is shorter and its blossoming is of course going to be earlier. Your case is more of a tree. Your blossoming is much slower. You're on your own timing, you're on your own journey, and you're not meant to basically compare your success. You have your own timing. That's a huge one. Like you don't have to compare yourselves with what others consider to be successful, and the timing, and we are all different. This pile has to know that your path is so intricately tailored for you that you cannot compare yourselves with society, with other people, with friends, family members, and whatever. Like, this is yours, this progression is yours, and it cannot be compared with other people's timing. Where you're not being led to. Okay, that's like death. Okay, that's lovely. One, you're not being led like defeat. You're not being made fun of. You're not being ridiculed. Like, you're not being placed in a loser situation. And the God universe is not playing a trick on you. Again, the Wheel of Fortune. What are you doing with me? Like, crazy. Okay, I've got. That's enough for what you're not. Okay, other two cards, like, so scattered and so scattered today. Where you're not being led to, two cards, please. Again, like, what is this? Why two cards of death here? One close to another, like, in reverse. You're not going to be stuck. Like, you're not going to be stuck on this situation. It will shift. The Hermit. Again, the Hermit, like... Okay. So, first thing, you're not going to be stuck in this situation. And the second thing is that you're not going to live a life of a hermit or a person who's like living on their own, or you're not meant to live sheltered or alone or separated or something like this. If you've got it on in your mind like, I will forever be alone or something like this, no, this is not true. The circumstances right now might be showing you that, and that may be necessary for you right now, but it doesn't mean like this will be forever. And don't make assumptions of the present moment that you are basically going to be stuck in this forever, because you've got two death cards, which can be, like, interestingly enough, pointing you to the fact that you'll not be stuck. Like, you have death in reverse and you have death in upright, and it's basically like choose your fighter, because, and it's all dependent on the placements of the questions, but you're exiting a cycle, and you're being welcomed into a new one. You don't have to be like stuck on the idea of or being attached to your pains. And this pile, I feel as though with the full card being turned away from those, I feel as though you're doing a great job by not hyperfixating upon upon your like problems. You're trying to move on, or you're trying to seek ways to detach from being stuck on what's not working, and you're trying to find the solutions. Perfect. That's like a yes moment. Like, that's a huge encouragement for you. The cards didn't reveal to me the place and the direction in which you are being led to, but as you can see here, the Fool is going to the Sun. That means, like this, it will not repeat, that's for sure. You'll not experience the same intensity. That's like what I saw here. This problem, whatever it is going to basically fade away, and you're not meant to hyperfixate upon it, basically. You're not meant to basically make conclusions about it. You're basically meant to just live through it and experience this, perceive this more of like a play, divinely orchestrated play in which you're being watched, and you're like a character in the movie, you know? You just have to live your play, and let yourself go through it with no conclusions, no like, it's just an experience. It's not like your life burden, it's not like, and this may sound like a little like off or maybe a little far-fetched, but I believe this pal must know that sometimes our difficulties might actually reveal ourselves. Reveal ourselves in the way that you never know yourself if you didn't go through an experience, like drastic experience. Like, you know those moments in which like heroes or brave people in general like show the greatest qualities when it's time of a crisis. Like, you would never know that person has those qualities if it wasn't for that crisis to take place. Like, this event, through your response or reaction, revealed your core, like your, and it's this is very valuable. Like, you are being faced with something and you gain some sort of reaction from it that you didn't know you had, something like this. And it's like a bonus to your character. It's like a bonus to your like experience or something like this. Like, I see here a strong character development with that event. So that was your reading. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet. I release more content like this. Make sure to check out my past ones, also interesting ones. And make sure to like take care of yourselves and don't like overthink this situation that you're going through. Let it go through you and take care of yourselves. Yeah. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to the reading. Let's see where God is leading you, or to what is he leading you. 2 of Cups, the Emperor, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Sunlight. That's great. Okay, so if you were like asking about a more short-term thing, that's going to be basically bleeding into like a long-term thing, then this reading is luckily for you, because the 2 of Cups speaks of partnership, understanding, and union with someone, along with the Emperor, which is like a man. And that means like you got strong messages of you're being led to a relationship. Perks to you if you didn't choose this pile thinking of a relationship, but like it's happening, believe it or not. Funny. Why? Or not so. Let's see. There is a situation here, like this could be financial, in which you'll feel as though you'll be stressed. And this Emperor or this relationship will be like a savior moment, you know. This person will be like a savior, or they will basically give you that assurance, security, love, that will basically like cover up this financial situation. I see as though this financial situation, or this might be a struggle. I don't see specifically to what it's related, but I see a struggle here, a strong like anxiety thing. And this moment, funnily enough, the irony is that this moment will basically strengthen your bond with that person. So that person will be like offering you their guidance, help, or their basically love in that moment, and that will create a strong bond. And that's a huge one, because you've got the Sunlight, so that'll be like a savior person to your life. And if you were like, this is financial, but of course if you're alone and you felt as though your loneliness was unbearable, your loneliness was full of anxiety, you were afraid to basically come at home and be by yourself, this person is coming in like Huge deal. That's like, no way. Very beautiful cards. Very beautiful message, to be honest. Like, you're being led to a relationship. No joke. Like, this is Two of Cups. This is going to be more of a... I hate the idea of soulmates and twin flame, whatever. I just want to drop the qualities. So this relationship will be understanding. You'll be understanding each other without you talking much. You know, that person will most likely feel you. That person will maybe not be as emotionally like expressive, because the Emperor is not someone who's like very sensitively or intimately connected with their emotions. They are, but they are not very expressive about it, you know. They might know the time and place in which to manifest those. And I see as though this person being like the wall behind whom you feel like strong sense of security, safety, and protection overall. Like, you'll feel as though this person can basically move mountains for you. The moon in reverse, that I guess is being shown to this message as an idea that you are quitting a period of your life in which you were like feeling as though you were wearing a blindfold, or you might have been alone in your struggles, or you might be feeling as though you don't know what to do next. That person might be the person who will be basically showing you the way. Interesting. Where are you not being led to? That's what I wanted to basically see, but that card just flew out. So where you're not being led to is like false promises. What do I mean by this? You're not going to be led to a life that's like a huge of potentials, like in the sense of, I see here a strong, like, don't get this in the wrong way, I see here a strong determination, like a strong change in concentrating upon something. Like, this is not the Seven of Cups, I guess, that card of choice. This is not the card of choice. This is not the Wheel of Fortune in which you don't know what to choose from. This is more of a stable choice energy, like that person coming into your life, settling if you craved that security. God, universe is leading you towards that, and it's not leading towards like a life that's changing constantly, that's unpredictable. Like, if you craved security, that's a huge crazy sign that your life is going to settle, because you craved that, you set the intention for safety, security, and protection basically, and you will have that fulfilled with a person. Yeah. Where you are not being led to. Let's see other two cards. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, again, like that's the future, pertaining to the future. Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. You're not going to be scattered. You're not going to be choosing from lots of like, this is an energy of concentration, like you settling for something, you quitting the potential outcomes, you finally understanding what you want and what you don't want, and you'll settle for something that's stable. And that's like around this person, this Emperor energy, showing me that you will be basically following your idea of safety, security with that person, and the life that you led that was surrounded by uncertainty, unpredictability, it all ends. Like, you'll not have to feel scattered. You're not being led to like being scattered. You're not being led to if you were like experiencing anxiety, fear of the future, something like this, not wanting to feel as though you don't have enough money or something like this all ends with the entering of that person in your life. What else where you're not being led to? Yeah, Seven of like Seven of Swords is about trickery. give me a moment. So here thing. Um, you'll not feel desperate. You'll not feel as though you'll have to basically fight for your life, survive, and fend for yourselves. You're building a life that's more centered around like very close and a sheltered life. A sheltered life with whom, with someone who can give you an idea of like safe zone, something like this. A place in which you can relax. Like I see a family, a very strong like father figure. This is going to be like, I'm talking about your partner, and you feeling as though your house is your fortress, and basically like that person giving you that person being like the one who's giving you that feeling of security, safety, and yeah, if that's like your wish, then that's definitely going to happen. I see that. You may have struggled to build your life alone, and you always felt as though your life is not meant to live alone and to basically be sorted out on your own, basically. You might feel as though you're exhausted to sort things out on your own and to basically assume responsibility on yourself and be the one to basically fend for yourselves alone. Like you felt no connection maybe with God, universe, and felt as though you had to separate and be, yeah, to be the only one who's like fending for themselves. And that's like a very huge empty space, you know. That's like a void. That's like you being out and vulnerable, out in empty space, you know. Like you might have felt as though you were at the fate's mercy and you have no protection, and like you craved lots of security, shelter, safety. That's all coming through with that emperor thing, and that signifies a strong person. If you're in a relationship, by the way, if you're in a relationship and this might have not like resonated as good, then that means either that person will change, either you will change, or you'll discover that there is a connection that you can have either with that person or a new one. Or this might be the case, you might consider like exploring some sort of connection with God. Like this might be a connection with source, or interconnectedness with everything around you. And you'll feel that safety, shelter, and security with this idea of like spirituality. That's like intimacy, definitely. And yeah, most likely if you are like in a relationship and it's not describing your situation specifically, most likely you'll discover that in spiritual ways. And let me tell you, you'll be surprised how fulfilling and it will fill your cup, believe me or not, with or without that person. Though this message was strongly suggesting that there is going to be an individual coming into your life. And it's like, to give you the time frame, let me check one card. This is not going to be, I'll not give you a specific time frames. This doesn't feel like recent encounter. Like this might not be like your immediate, like tomorrow, the next week. This feels to me like a month, for example, 2 months, 3 months. Like some, it's not a year, definitely. Though for some of you, like this could be the case, but I feel strongly that this is talking about some months here, either 1 or 3 from now. Like from 1 to 3. But of course this will vary, like the people who are watching. Of course, consider your availability to people, how open you are to new relationships, if you're ready, of course, because that all is going to influence the reading. And where you're being led to, it's a very good sign to have the sun in the reading. That's like happiness, that's like abundance, that's like fulfillment no matter what. Like no matter what's happening in your life, you'll have that hope, optimism that will not go away. That will not steer you away from the idea that you can look up for a better tomorrow. Basically, that's what I saw here. And for some of you, if you haven't felt like you like this is not, if that's not the person you're waiting for, if that's not your desire right now and you're settled, that means you'll become more in control of your life. You'll become more stable, more resistant, more resilient for some of you, and you'll come to understand yourselves to a better degree, with or without that person. If you will be with a person, they will help you. They will help you understand yourselves. Of course, if you are not, then this is going to be more of a self-understanding. You'll understand your motives, you'll understand what drives you. Again, with this, this might be temporary thing. This might be more of a lesson thing that's related to finances, like to your instability. Those challenges are thrown at you not to basically humiliate you. Those are more thrown at you for you to grow, for you to expand, and to basically propel yourselves into a better or actualized version of yourselves, because I see your struggles basically molding a better version of you, and they're being thrown at you to your capacity to feel them, to withstand them, and to basically extract knowledge and experience out of them. I see you becoming a very wise person because of these, and you're being congratulated. The moon is in reverse, by the way, as well. Like this is a very huge one. Like this is a very good sign. You'll not feel alone. You'll not feel as though you have to survive. You'll not feel as though you have to fend for yourselves and you're alone in that feeling, and you're like at the fate's edge or mercy, as I said. You might have an idea, like you might be led to an inspiration, like to an idea here, and like that will be in regards to the sun card. Like that inspiration will basically give you hope, or give you an idea of a better tomorrow, a tomorrow or a future in which you can look out for and be proud that you can create a life that's in control of you to some degree, or is in cooperation with God, universe, source, yeah, whatever the case may be for you. This period of stagnation, survival, scatteredness, lack of concentration, lack of initiative, motivation, it's all a test. It's more like a test. It's going to be over soon. It's more of like a challenge that's being thrown at you. And the nature of the Wheel of Fortune tells me that this is a temporary event, so you don't have to worry about it as much. So thank you so much. That was your reading. I hope it resonated, and I hope you found yourselves and this reading useful. Make sure to comment below your situation and like the video so that I can understand that you enjoyed it. And if you're not subscribed, please do so, because I release more content like this. And make sure to check out my old videos, because I've got some interesting topics there. You can go and look for them. Feel free to do that. And meanwhile, take care of yourselves, love yourselves, and remember, you're not alone in your struggles, and you're not being like tested in a bad way. You're like being called to expand and to basically become a better version of yourselves, to reveal yourselves in this life to a better degree. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and stay safe. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to the reading. Let's see where God or universe is leading you to. Yeah, I hope I pronounced it correctly. where God or universe is leading you towards, I guess, or how you can call that. Okay, that's interesting. First of all, I thought, yeah, that's the Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. So I see here God, universe leading you to an idea of self-love. You might be like, this is more of a short-term thing, reading. This means you are led to like either like enjoy yourselves, understand how to enjoy yourselves, because you might be like, this pile might have an idea of feeling guilt for resting, or feeling as though they are not worthy or not deserving of money, love, you know. Or they might be either people pleasers, or like very giving. So giving to the degree that they do not understand how to love themselves. Sorry. Or how to basically place yourselves first. Two of Cups. Oh, sorry, that's like the Two of Swords here. Yours is like a mission, to be honest. Like, you're being sent on a mission here. Like, you are being sent, like, basically understand once and for all that you are for yourselves. Like, you have to basically live a life that's fulfilling, joyful, and full of meaning by yourselves first. That you are not like, I would be very like not surprised if this reading is urging you to basically take a vacation, or take a time to spend money on yourselves, take care of yourselves, spend time and space, energy on idea of loving, nurturing, and basically taking time for yourselves. This might be even indulging in something, and not being afraid of that, not being shameful, or not feeling guilty of that. Most likely this is like you are being encouraged to like spend money on your selves, on things that you enjoy. Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, like, I will do whatever I want, something like this, and I will not care with what other people think of that, or what people will say that I'm egotistical or something. No, you live with yourself, you have to do that for yourselves. You'll have to, like, you're being led to specifically, like, as I said, you're being set on a mission here. And this is no matter like what other people will say. Like, you might have like complaining people that will say like, you're not helping me, you're not giving me as much time as I want. No, you have to basically take as much time as you want and ignore those people, because that's not their concern. Funny, isn't it? God, universe is urging you to understand that you first have to place priority on you. And if you don't feel comfortable in some sort of situation, or if you don't feel as though this relationship is like, if this relationship is not giving you as much as you give to it, then it's not worth pursuing, or you might have to reestablish or reevaluate the place of this relationship in your life. Strong messages about that, to be honest. Let's see where you are not being led to, and I will basically clarify this message. Yeah, so that's a huge one. That's a huge stop for you, to understand that you don't have to, like, you are not permitted to give anymore. Like, you might be like forcefully separated right now by people. Two of Swords here, meaning that you'll have to basically separate yourselves, or the universe will basically make you lonely, for you to understand that you can be lonely and happy first. doesn't mean you'll have to be lonely forever, but it tells you that if you continue on giving like this to the wrong people, might be, or to the people that don't feel as though you give them enough, and that you have to bend yourselves forward in order for them to feel as though they are like loved fully, then you're going to either run into a burnout, you'll either go into a crisis or like emotional breakdown, and you're basically being stirred away by you being separated from people. For you to understand that lesson, that you are basically not meant to like be the answer or be the servant for everyone. Like, you're not meant to give yourselves to the fullest capacity for absolutely everyone. Yeah, you're being called to a stop. Like, please stop. Like this pile, stop your life right now, reevaluate, stop rushing into things and to everyone's to every people's calls, you know. You are being like, your help is hugely appreciated, but people are using, like, I don't like to say that, but I see as though I see people here using that to their advantage. And you're doing that by the goodness of your heart, but somehow people are using that, taking advantage of that. And you're being called to basically stop that cycle, and God universe is basically conspiring with situations, messengers, messages as well, that are urging you to basically see what's happening in your life and put priority on yourselves, and you'll see how enjoyable that is, where you're not being led to. So, Chariot in reverse. Lots of movement cards here, especially like one after another. This is a huge one to concern yourselves with the idea of self-care, like, I don't see here lots of, I don't see a need for movement. I see here you deciding to shelter yourselves, or to basically choose a life of a hermit for now, and to tell people that you are in recovery mode and that you're a bit exhausted right now and that you need some time to yourselves. People might be surprised that you choose that. You choose to place importance on yourselves. Like Six of Pentacles, you can have lots of people that are being guided, helped, and basically you are a very like supportive person, I can tell you that. Lots of people are being nurtured, helped, and sustained by you, by your presence in their life. And you're being called to like, no, stop a little. You have to consider yourselves. You have to consider first of all placing that loving energy upon yourselves first. So God universe is leading you. Like, this is funny because I don't see that every day, but it's basically universe is trying to separate you, to single you out, not because like it wants you to be lonely. It wants you to have belonging, to be in a community, but it wants you to have a very healthy relationship with yourselves first. And it wants you to understand that you can fill your own cup independently of relationships, and that you're capable of doing that alone, and then you'll be able to basically upgrade and revolutionize your relationships with other people. Like, I see crowdedness, I see here lots of people you being surrounded by lots of people, lots of demanding people, lots of people of this could be emotional vampires, like energetic vampires. This could be lots of people who are like seeking your attention, and this is like a warning, this is like a call, like a wake-up call from the universe to basically retrieve, and regain your energy, your ground, to reinstate your boundaries. And by doing that, you'll be more respected, you'll be more acknowledged for the idea of, look, that person has decided to finally love themselves. and we cannot be like stepping their boundaries, because if we do so, then we'll be like in trouble. And trust me, like people will start understanding your place in their life more because of that move, because of that bold move of you choosing to basically separate and not give everyone what they want immediately. Like I see here, it honestly reminds me of crying little children who are helpless, and you're like that person who's like the savior, who's like the one who's helping them and taking initiative in saving each of them, when in fact they're only picturing themselves vulnerable and victim to the situation, and they actually enjoy and crave your attention. The positive thing here is that lots of people are dependent, or you have upon you, or you have lots of people who are like really grateful for your presence in a positive way. But again, the negative thing or the side effect of this situation is the fact that people are like a bit abusive, or stepping your boundaries, stepping your energy, or not appreciating your presence into their life. And trust me, if you all stop and love yourself right now, lots of people will be very surprised, or very like maybe frustrated. Like you'll see a huge reaction, I can tell you that for sure. Not only that, as I said, your reputation will basically hire itself up in the skies because of that, because you might have been an open book, and right now, as you decided to basically like close off and invest in yourselves, suddenly people will be like, I don't know anything about this person. They've closed themselves off, and it's intriguing me. It makes me even more curious about them, and it makes me even more attracted to them. It's like this mystery is magnetic. And it's really good that you are like, the universe or God is acknowledging the fact that you are wanting to help so many people. It's like a congratulations, like the goodness of your heart is being acknowledged here, and like you're being like I see here a compliment, many actually, but a specific one coming to the table, speaking to the fact that your heart is so big that you want to basically envelop and hold so many people. But first of all, for this quality to be actualized, for this quality to be transformed and purified, you first have to love yourselves, first have to learn how to do that for yourselves first, and how to place the proper boundaries with the people around you, with the people with whom you in the past maybe they benefited from you somehow, and you didn't know how to precisely sort things out and sort these people out, the good ones from the bad ones, something along those lines. And trust me, if you drop that idea that you have to help everyone, you'll feel so much better, you'll feel so relieved, you'll feel like you have all the time and energy in the universe, and you'll think for yourselves like, why didn't I live that life all along? Because it feels so good that I don't have to depend on someone, or to depend on relationships, that I'm surprised I didn't do that earlier, basically. Interesting, right? It's like a little fatalistic here with this card, Ten of Pentacles here. It's as though I'm choosing myself and you have to deal with it. Like I'm choosing to love myself, I'm choosing to live in peace with myself, and I don't care what other people think. And that's like a huge wave shift in which people are like a little uncomfortable and like, oh, but I thought I will relate to that person in that way, and they were so giving, and all of a sudden they stopped. Why so? And why am I suddenly being left out in the shadows? Lots of people will be like looking out for you, lots of people will be like scared, or like, what's happening, why are they not responding to me as often as they used to? I see here a huge wave, like a huge change here, like funnily enough. And trust me, like if you're concerned with people not no longer like being helped by you. Like, trust me, they will survive here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Like, many of them are throwing off a show. Like, many of them are liking this dependency that's like linked to you. And you'll observe that if you do not give your energy so freely, is the fact that they can actually survive and they are not dying, and they are like in this moment of like you loving yourself, you indulging, you like buying things for yourselves and feeling no regret. You'll see when you take a glimpse on these people that they survived actually. Like, they didn't die, they continue on living. And this is more like more of whining, you know, from their side. And I feel as though many of them like are energetic vampires. Like, these people don't know how to supply themselves, and unfortunately they resort to some sort of like indirect attention from you, indirect like siphoning of energy from you. And unfortunately you might have been in the past the one who's eager to do that. So that was your reading, fourth pile. That was like a message from God, or where you are being led to, and you're being led to like an era of self-love and respect for yourselves, boundaries. Huge one. Like, that's a huge one. It's a very transformative experience here, I see. Like, this is going to be more of a, I don't care if what you think, like God universe will force you into that, either by drastically increasing those people, those basically energetic vampires, or it's like pushing you towards in that direction involuntarily. You're being a little pigeonholed here. Yeah, that was it. Like, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. Comment below if it resonated, and if you feel like commenting, of course. Like the video for it to be shared and shown to more people. And comment, subscribe if you're not yet, and see other videos that I've posted on my channel. Lots of interesting topics, and don't forget to write your suggestions in the comments below. I'd be glad to see what subjects you can come up with. So thanks for watching once again, and take care of yourselves. Bye.